Okay, I'm going to finish up the hands-on practice 4.7. It's in edition 5 of Basic Web HTML5 and CSS, and it's on page 132. It is 4.7. If you look in your 4.7 folder here, you'll actually see the files, but we're going to create a folder here called Cascade and just work with that first. And we're going to use our template file and place the information in there. So I'm just going to put in a Cascade folder here. It will be the root folder. I have already created this from my template file. So if you look at it, this is the HDoc, HTML, the head part, the body, the 2 paragraphs that we need for the body. And so far we have no styles in here. So I'm going to grab that and drag that into Cascade. So now that is in that folder. So if you open and close that folder, that's there. Inside that folder, I'm also going to create a site.css or styles.css. It doesn't matter because it's in this folder. So I'm going to right click and do new file. And I will do styles.css, and this is the cascading styles we want to create for the body. We're going to create a background color of yellow and a text color of black. Body is your selector. Open and close squiggly brackets. You're going to put in your background color. It will code hint, so you can actually just find it here. And then this is with the hashtag, and it is 4 F's and 2 C's. So that is a yellow color. And then we are going to do the font color, which is going to be black, which is 3 zeros or 6 zeros. And that's the hexadecimal color for black. So we have created a style. And as you can tell, I need to save it. So I'm going to Control S to save that. And the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my cascading style sheet, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to go in my cascading style sheet. I'm going to go into my cascading.html, and I'm going to add that link in the head part of the web. So give myself a little room here to type, and I'm going to start with link. And then I'm going to do REL for what's its relationship, equal. And then if you see, this is the list here that is displaying. If I do the up arrow twice, it will be the style sheet. And if I press the enter key, it will fill that out for me. Now I still have to put in the href, so where it's going to find the style sheet. And there is my styles.css. So it gives me the href equal and styles.css. I will select that, and then I will close that. So that is the link to the style sheet. So now if I look in a browser, this whole page should have yellow background and black text. So we'll go look at that. And that's what we have, yellow background and black text, because that's the only styles that we have so far. So cascading so far is using the browser, okay, and the browser is being overridden by the external style sheet. So we're going to move on. From there, we're going to add the styles that are set up here, and the body color, I'm sorry, the font color we're going to change to be blue. So we're going to change the font color to blue. So if you put in your style tags, and the style tag should be underneath the link tag because it reads from top to bottom, and you always want your links to read before your embedded styles. So we're going to have a body, and we're going to put in opening and closing squiggly brackets, and we're going to put in color because we're going to change the font color. And this is going to be a blue, which is the hashtag 4 zeros 2 Fs, and that should give us a blue. So now all of our text, so this was saying that our text was black, and then it's going to be overridden by this because it reads from the top of the page to the bottom, and we will save that, and that is embedded styles. And if we'll look at this, our text has changed to blue. So now we're seeing some of the cascading happen. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do inline styles. So inline styles, we're going to come to the second paragraph, and we are going to use the style attribute. So it's going to do style equal and then the quotes, and we are going to change this text to a red color. So we're going to put in color, colon, and it's going to be the pound symbol or hashtag, FF, and then 4 zeros and semicolon, because I'll finish out that rule. So you can go ahead and save that. Now we should have this be blue, the black background, which is grabbing its style from the cascading style sheet or the .css file. The blue is coming from the embedded styles, and then this is inline styles. So you should be able to see red. So we will have blue here, red here, and yellow background. So the yellow background came from the .css file. The blue text comes from the embedded styles, and the red text comes from the inline styles. So that will finish up the 4.7. I'm going to move on to the next one, which is looking at making a modification or making an error in your styles and then having it check your style sheet. So you can copy and paste your styles in. So this would be the styles that I have, or you can grab the styles that are out there and bring them into CSSLint. I am going to open up CSSLint and let you see what it looks like. Let's see if I can make this a little smaller so you can get it on the screen here. So I'm going to put in CSSLint. This is a linting tool. You can put your code in here and check it. And if there's errors, it will come up with errors and let you know that they're errors. So if I copy and paste, and that's what I normally do, I would copy this code. I'm going to make an error here. I'm going to take that off of there and maybe take that off. Okay, so I'm making an error on purpose because I want it to error out. So I'm just going to show you what that is. So I'm going to do a quick copy. I'm going to go back to the lint. I'm going to paste it in there. So this is the CSS styles. I can tell right away it's thinking it's seeing the error. It should come up with a warning, and it does tell you that there is a warning on line 2, which this is line 2 of your code, and it's saying that it expected a colon. And so if I go back and I do restart and I put a colon in there and lint it again, it comes back and it tells you that the color is having problems. So now we can see that we're missing the hashtag. So right here, these warnings or these errors definitely let you know that there's a problem. The warnings, I'm not too worried about the warnings because they usually go away once you fix things. So I'm going to go back and restart this again, put that hashtag in there, and lint it one more time, and now I'm getting no errors or no warnings. I would prefer you not getting any errors at all. Every once in a while you're going to get some warnings. I'm not too worried about the yellow warnings, but if you're getting a red error, there's definitely a problem with your CSS code. So this is just one selector and one rule. You can bring in a whole list and you can check them. So it doesn't mean you just have to do one at a time. You can go and check the whole thing. I am going to go back to brackets, and I'm going to go to I think on 4.6 is the index, and there is a Trillium style sheet here. So I'm going to grab all of these styles. I'm going to make an error on this one. Get rid of that and get rid of this colon over here. So I'll just make a few errors here. Hopefully you would see the red on the one, so you'd know there's a problem there. So I'm going to copy that real quick. Again, I'm going to go to the lint. I'm going to do a Control A to select all and Control V to paste all. So this is the new styles, and a lot of times this fills up multiple lines here. Then I hit the lint button. I found out I have one error and two warnings. And right here, this is telling me the footer is giving me an error, so it's showing me that it expected a colon. Right there, it's telling me it expected a colon. So I can go back and do a restart, put that colon in on that footer. So there's the footer selector. The color for the font is that gray. So I put the color font, I put that colon in there and lint it again. Okay, and it's coming back and it's saying the color, it thought it expected a color, but it found this number here. So it is not discerning this as a color. So that is something you should be aware of. So I'm going to go back and restart, and I'm going to put my hashtag in there, and I'm going to lint it again, and then my errors, I come back with no errors. And so now I would take this code back to my document, I'd paste it in there, and it would be linted, and so it would be clean code. And that's what you want to do. You want to have clean code when you turn things in. And that is it for lesson 4, Path of Light. Go ahead and look at the review questions at the back. Make sure you do your quiz, Path of Light, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye.